You're listening to an AppleVis podcast. Hey there, my name is Thomas Domville. I'm also known as Anonymous. In this podcast, I'm going to show you how to use VoiceOver Quick Settings on iOS. This wonderful feature does an amazing thing for you. If you haven't seen this or played with this, you need to learn about this VoiceOver Quick Settings. Essentially, what's going to happen here, so we are so used to using something called the rotor. And the rotor is very nice to use. It is just kind of a shortcut to the things that we want, right? And the problem with the rotor is, for one, it can be hard to access. Not a lot of people have the agility or the ability to use this dial thing to get the rotor and such. But nonetheless, even if you can, rotors get kind of jumbled up. Have you noticed it's just getting longer and longer, and I need all of these things, but it takes forever to get to one thing to the next? Well, now comes along the VoiceOver Quick Settings. So essentially, we'll be able to clear up the things in our rotor and allow us to be able to initialize this gesture to get to the VoiceOver Quick Settings. So let's take a look at my rotor and see how messy it is, so you can get an idea how big of a mess I have on my phone. And I'll show you kind of a before and after picture.
Mail. One unread email.
So essentially, I'm on my first page. I'm on my home screen. So I'm just going to initialize the rotor.
Describe images. On.
We have the first option to describe the images, and I'm just going to let it go. I'm just going to go counterclockwise so you can hear for yourself.
Containers. Headings. Activities. No hints. On. Punctuation. Some. Audio ducking. Off. Volume. 100%. Speaking rate. 65%. Words. Characters.
And then we're back to where we started.
Actions. Activate.
Now, you notice there's a lot of items on there. Well, there is something called VoiceOver Quick Settings as well. But first thing first, we need to get it set up the way we like it. So I am going to go down to the settings.
Settings. Double tap to open.
One finger double tap on settings to open this up.
Settings.
And now I'm going to go to the right until we get to accessibility.
Button. Accessibility. Button. Accessibility features help you customize your iPhone for your individual needs.
Double tap that. Now we'll get to the VoiceOver by swiping to the right.
Vision. Heading. VoiceOver. On. Button.
Double tap that.
VoiceOver. On. Double tap the toggle setting.
Now if I go to the right, we'll get to the rotor option.
Rotor. Button.
There's the rotor. Now that is where we can go and change how the rotor looks. So if you're familiar with the rotor, you can double tap that and you can deselect and select what you want. Now, before we get to that, go to the right some more here.
Rotor actions. Button. Typing. Button. Quick settings. Button.
There's the quick settings. This is the new options that I want you to go to. Double tap that.
Selected. Activities. Swipe up or down to select a custom action.
Now, this VoiceOver Quick Settings is a whole new page on top of the rotor. And I'm going to show you how to access the VoiceOver Quick Settings in a moment. But I want you to go ahead and define what you want and pick out the things that you do want to take out of the rotor. For example, activities. That's something I would like to just access through my quick settings and not my rotor. So that one is already selected. Now I've gone through this and selected what I want, but I'm going to show you all the options that are available here. As you swipe to the right,
reorder activities button.
You're going to hear something called reorder. Yes. So if you like to reorder, say, I use a particular quick settings more than any other settings out there, yes, you can arrange this by doing a swipe up.
Move down.
You can say move down. Now, because this is the first one on the list, it's the only way you can be able to do it is to move down. And if you go to the second one on the list, go to the right.
Selected. Always speak notifications. Swipe up or down to select a custom action.
If you want to change that, go to the next.
Reorder always speak move up.
And you give the move up if I swipe up.
Activate. Default. Move down.
And then you get the other option to move down. Now, to select these items, you double tap what you want, double tap to deselect the items. So let me just go through some of these things so you can expect and find within these settings.
Selected. Audio ducking. Reorder audio ducking. Button. Braille alert messages. Reorder Braille alert message. Braille auto advance. Reorder Braille input. Reorder Braille output. Reorder Braille tables. Reorder caption panel. Reorder caption selected. Direct touch. Reorder direct selected. Gesture direction. Reorder gesture. Hardware typing feedback. Reorder hardware hints. Reorder selected. Image descriptions. Reorder image language. Reorder language. Large cursor. Reorder large. Selected. Media descriptions. Reorder media. Navigate images. Reorder navigation style. Reorder phonetic feedback. Reorder pitch change. Reorder pitch punctuation. Swipe up or down to select a custom action. Reorder selected. Screen recognition. Reorder send to HDMI. Reorder slide to type. Reorder slide software typing feedback. Reorder sounds. Reorder sound. Speak rotor confirmation. Reorders selected. Speaking rate. Reorders typing style. Reorder typing selected. Volume. Reorder volume.
And then after volume, that's the last one. Now that you have that set up, let's go back to the rotor and take out the things that we have duplicated. So some of these are duplicated that we heard in my rotor previously. I want to deselect that out of there so the rotor gets much more manageable and not as many things will appear because you have that set up in quick settings. So we'll go back to the top left.
VoiceOver. Back button.
Double tap that.
VoiceOver. Quick settings. Button.
Now we'll go left until we get back to the rotor button.
Typing. Button. Rotor actions. Button. Rotor. Button.
Double tap that.
Selected. Characters.
Okay.
Swipe up or down to selected.
Now, some of these things you're going to notice is not part of the VoiceOver Quick Settings. And that is because, well, we're only one effect was for VoiceOver. Now, characters and words and things like that is more of a generic thing, not so much with the VoiceOver. Yes, it does help with the VoiceOver and etc. I think you understand. So we're going to leave some of those on. So I'm just going to go through this and kind of turn things off that I already have on the quick settings.
Reorder characters. Selected. Words. Reorder. Selected. Lines. Reorder. Selected. Speaking rate. Speaking rate.
I double tap that to turn it off. Deselect it.
Reorders. Selected. Volume. Swipe up. Volume. Reorder volume. Selected. Audio ducking. Swipe. Audio ducking.
Turn that one off.
Reorder audio. Selected. Punctuation. Swipe up. Punctuation. Reorder sounds. Reorder sound. Selected. Hints. Swipe up or down to select a custom hints. Reorder hit. Selected. Braille table. Swipe. Braille table. Reorder. Braille auto advanced speed. Reorder. Selected. Activities. Swipe up or activities. Reorder. Braille screen input. Reorder. Handwriting. Reorder. Selected. Screen recognition. Swipe up. Screen recognition. Reorder. Screen recognition. Selected. Headings. Reorder. Selected. Containers. Swipe up. Reorder. Links. Reorder. Selected. Form controls. Reorder. Tables. Reorder. Lists. Reorder. Landmarks. Reorder. Articles. Reorder. Visited links. Reorder. Non-visited links. Reorder. Buttons. Reorder. Text fields. Reorder. Search fields. Reorder. Images. Reorder. Static text. Reorder. Zoom. Reorder. Same item. Reorder. Vertical navigation. Reorder. Selected. Typing mode. Swipe up. Typing mode. Reorder type. Slide to type. Reorder. Selected. Audio destination. Reorder. Selected. Describe images. Swipe up or down to select. Reorder. Selected. Direct touch. Swipe up or direct touch. Reorder. Direct navigation style. Reorder. Selected. Text selection.
Now we're at the very bottom with the text selection. Now we have defined our VoiceOver Quick Settings and rotor. So let's see what rotor looks like now. So I'm going to invoke my rotor by doing the dial gesture.
Describe images. On. Containers. Headings. Words. Characters. Actions. Activate.
See how much smoother that was? There's hardly anything on that list. It just makes it, wow, it just cleans it up. And obviously, you know, when the rotor changes as you do different features in different areas and whatever not. Now, we've been talking about this VoiceOver Quick Settings. Now, how do I access this? Very good question. It is a 2-finger quadruple tap. And yes, you can reassign that gesture. So if that is a little hard for you to do a quad tap, I understand. You can change that to whatever you want within the accessibility area. So that's something to think about. You can reassign that key. I'm going to go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4.
VoiceOver settings. Heading.
Aha. Now we get the list now. Let's go to the right.
Done. Button.
Top right is done.
Filter. Search field. Activities. Off. Button. Adjustable.
And yes,
Swipe
it
up or down with one
does
finger to
have
adjust
the search so you can filter something quickly. And I showed you how you can rearrange that in order to use your most favorite towards the top. And some of these items that you heard that were in the rotor are now in the VoiceOver Quick Settings that I turned on.
Always speak notifications. On. Audio ducking. Off. Direct touch. On. Gesture direction. Automatic. Image descriptions. On. Media descriptions. Speech. Screen recognition. Off. Speaking rate. 65%. Volume. 100%.
Voila. Is that not make things so much different and better? So that is how to use the VoiceOver Quick Settings in iOS. My name is Thomas Domville, also known as Anonymous. Until the next time, bye-bye.
This AppleVis podcast has been brought to you by the community of applevis.com. For the latest in resources and tips and tricks to get you the best experience from your Apple device, visit www.applevis.com.